So, I stumbled across this game show called Without Prejudice after finding a clip titled Racist Game Show, and my first thought was like, this is national television, how racist could it possibly be? Well, imagine as racist as something can possibly be, and you've got a pretty good idea of what's about to happen. Now, just to be clear, the show itself isn't technically racist, it just sets up the premise of 5 people judging 5 other people based on very little introduction and then deciding which of them wins a $25,000 cash prize. So if someone happened to be racist, they could just silently judge against someone. Now, unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on the way you look at it, this guy decided to skip the silent judgment part and just speak his mind out loud.
The Michael, he seems like a cool guy. I don't know, he can't really dress, but other than that,
This piece of shit Dave Boulanger, clearly showing a racial bias against Michael, thinly veiled as an insult to his fashion sense. Nah, I'm just fucking with you.
Other than that,
he didn't make an impression with me at all. Like, not a good or a bad. I don't even remember him.
Neutral. Okay,
Yeah.
JJ?
Michael's got a twinkle in his eye. He's a young man, and I'd have to see more, but he seemed very open.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't
RJ?
like Mike. Well, okay, I'm going to say that he's looks like he's native Texas, and being from Texas, I would have to support that. But I don't like him on the fact that he's black. Absolutely not.
David?
Please.
And I knew this was going to come. I don't like him because he's black.
What planet is this dude on? His immediate reaction is, oh, I knew this was gonna happen. I knew everybody was gonna get so mad when I said I don't like black people. Like, what did he wake up this morning thinking was going to happen on this show?
Are you even serious
I
right
have a
now?
thing, you know, I'm a minority, but I got a problem with
I
black
was gonna
people.
say,
Please.
I am
Hold on.
Polynesian.
you're like a minority yourself.
Absolutely.
You're like,
I love how the white woman's just like, you're a minority yourself. Racism's for us whites. What are you doing, bro?
We rode in yesterday together.
And I was in so much shock and awe from what was said that I almost forgot this dude made this statement while sitting about 4 feet from a black dude. Not to mention on a nationally aired television program that shows your face and your full name.
So I am to assume, based on what you just said, that you don't like me because I'm black?
I'm talking in
I
a general sense here.
He says in a general sense, like that makes it any better. He's like, yo, if you can pass my 15-step process to being a black person I would consider associating with, then, you know, we're fine. We're like family. But if you're just some random person off the street, yeah, I'm gonna despise you because of the color of your skin.
But the fact is,
general sense of how much more general than you can be. Then you're sitting in a car with somebody, you're riding in it, you said it, you opened it up.
Am I?
You did that.
Okay,
You
let me
did
tell you
that.
this.
You must
okay,
be
one
out of
thing.
your...
It doesn't matter if we wrote
Is
in
it
or not.
censored if I
It doesn't
curse
matter.
by
I don't
mistake?
know you from anybody, okay?
It's really entertaining how he says, yeah, I don't know you at all. Like in some you have to earn my respect sense. That would be perfectly fine if you didn't just previously state that by default you dislike black people. Like, what is the argument?
You
We share the same
out of your
cab,
mind to say
but
something
you know what?
like that.
My personal beliefs and my personal experience, I don't like them.
Your personal
I never have,
beliefs are gonna set
and I
you
never
right
will.
there.
What is it about black people that you don't like?
This ought to be good.
yeah. I'm strapping in for this one.
Yeah, well, strap tight.
You might want to strap me in for this one.
Well, the thing is, you know, based on the experience and the people I've worked with, where I come from, I'm sick and tired of people thinking, specifically I am mentioning black people, thinking we owe them something, that the world owes them something.
ask where you come
I'm
from?
totally opposed to affirmative action.
Where you from?
I don't want people to give me a job just because I'm brown. I want people to know that I have the credentials.
This man brings up earning jobs based on credentials like he's ever going to be able to get a job based on his credentials in the future, bro. Like, people have all the evidence they need right here in front of them.
You know, Polynesians don't have a BET. We don't get all pissed off when we don't have an NAACP that comes and.
And who's
Yeah, but
fault is that?
you don't know that this
Who's that?
First off, I just want to know where you're from.
I grew up on the islands,
Where?
overseas.
Overseas, and there's no black people over there?
Where overseas? Like what islands? What are you talking
Near the Hawaiian Islands.
the Polynesian Islands.
I'm a Polynesian, yes.
When did you come to America?
And I live in the South. There are plenty of black people there, and I had quite the opportunity to be able to work with these people. And you know what? No, I won't.
That is so.
I want to remind you guys that one of the people that had an opinion on Michael before this guy just said that, he didn't really make an impression on me either way. That was 100% an option for him, which leads me to believe this dude wanted to come on here and specifically complain about black people. Like somehow he was gonna turn the public opinion on black people based on his own personal experience.
And ill-informed and so stupid, even if you didn't believe it. Do you think I'm going to stand up here and say I'm not going to give some money to somebody because they're white? I mean, some things are better left unsaid.
This dude's about to give one of the greatest speeches in American television history, but I do disagree right there. I personally am glad this dude outed himself, because this is clearly his deep-seated beliefs and how he genuinely feels, so I'm glad that everybody in his life will now know that.
That would be your choice.
Rather than have people really realize what an idiot you are. Now, you are. That is just the most stupid thing. And we meet in the car and we say, hey, we're going to be friends after this. Don't take anything personally. I do take that personally. I do think it's offensive. I mean, the only way that we're going to survive as a people is that we work together and we understand that if there's one person that's oppressed.
This man literally rolls his eyes at the concept of working together.
If there's one person that's a judge, and I don't mean as a people as black people, I mean as a people who live here on this earth. If there's one woman that's oppressed, if there's one child that's abused, if there's one person that's discriminated against based on some superficial bull, then we're not going to make it.
Get a grip, man, on how the world really works.
Okay,
really
let's stop. Wait.
Dude says get a grip on how the world works, and the only thing that I can take from that is he legitimately thinks things would be better if we were like segregated or some shit.
We have plenty more to discuss, so we will get to it. So the time has come for you to decide who you want to go first.
So very, very smooth transition out of the racist tirade. Now we're gonna decide who's getting voted off first, and I know you guys don't really care about the other people's opinions. Let's see what RJ has to say.
RJ.
I would have to say Jack. My first impression of him was just pretty non-existent, neither here nor there.
You just said 2 minutes ago that you didn't want Michael to have it because he's black.
We're on the first round, my friend.
Yeah, I know we're in the first round, but wouldn't the first person you want to eliminate be the black person?
Not necessarily. You trying to read my mind now?
Why eliminate the white guy?
Not necessarily.
Guys, it's just the first round. He's clearly saving his racism pick for later so that he can build up a false sense of hope in Michael and then dash his dreams at the finish line. I actually do start to get the sense during this clip, because he picks Jack, the meek way with which he presents his opinion, that some of it is starting to settle in, that he just openly admitted to hating black people on TV, and I'm glad that's dawning on him, but maybe these thoughts should have happened a little bit earlier in the day. Now, sadly, the full episode was not available on YouTube, so we don't know who won the $25K, but I'm really more interested in the epilogue of what happened to RJ when he got home, because, imagine you have the opportunity to be on national television on a fun game show, have some hot takes out there, and what that ends with is you only being able to be friends with racist people for the rest of your life. Anyway, if you want more cringe, I'm your guide Q, and there's a playlist in the top right corner of the screen. Skate on to the best of your abilities. Make sure you're drinking some water, and I'll see you super soon. Peace out, Cub Scouts.